Good morning, good morning. Oh, hello everybody. Kathy Hand, first one in here this morning. Hello, darling. Deirdre, thank you for sharing. Annie 7, Grayson, good morning. Good morning to all of you. It's Saturday. How are you doing? How are you doing, as Joey would say. All right, well, let's get started by going into our hearts. Slowing down the breathing. And add in love. Add in something that makes you smile, feel good inside, feel warm, happy, joyous, ready to jump up and down. That's our yays. And the yays always put a smile on the face. Give yourself some love. You are loved. You are amazing. You are a beautiful being of love and light. You are worthy. You are enough, just as you are. No need to change anything. And sigh it out and become very present with your family that's right here. We had more people come in. Andrea, thank you for sharing. Auntie Jean, yes, that is a surprise. Our Auntie Jean is awake and here with us this morning. Hello, hello. Brookie, Erica, Catherine DeSante. Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh, what a delight to when I look up and I see your names and all of you that have come in to be with the family and share with the family. We're missing some, so let's call in the rest of the family. Who was it that used to say, the rest of the story? That's what we want. It's the rest of our beautiful, beautiful brothers and sisters in here. Good morning, Stacy. Oh my gosh, this is a real treat. We have our Stacy Small Lord with us this morning. And Suzanne will be here. All right, she's getting her cuppa. Well, cheers to the cuppas everywhere. I got mine. That's why I was running just a tad bit late to go get the coffee and be the Pied Piper. I tell you, Joanne, her kids are amazing. One of these mornings, I'm going to have to video that. It's like they follow you, 3 dogs and a cat, and you're walking down the hallway, and there's 3 dogs and a cat coming along behind you, if you can imagine this. It's so funny. And then I get to my room, and I haven't given them anything, because they've already had treats. But the disappointment on their face, it was like, you don't love us anymore. So one of these days, I'm going to walk backwards and I'll videotape the parade that comes down the hallway behind me. And they're just awesome. I always have to stop and give them loves before I come in here and talk to all of you. And there's our Suzanne. Good morning, darling. And Sally and Tony. Oh my gosh, look at everybody in here. I love it, love it, love it. So, let's see, what did the angels say? The angels' message was so cool yesterday. It's guided by passion. It's the little details that are vital. Little things make big things happen. That's a quote by John Wooden. John Wooden obviously knew what he was talking about when he said those words. ESPN named him the coach of the century. You don't receive an honor like that without having a whole lot of know-how and dedication to what you are doing. Dedication requires passion, and when you are passionate about what you do, it is effortless. Many times when I reflect back over the last 3 years on the road, I recall moments where I felt that life couldn't get any better. Between the scenery and the people, my mission is a pure act of passion. Dear angels, today I was at the right place at the right time with my dear friend Joanne. I had just been introduced to a new friend during the latest Angel Circle, which was held at Joanne's day spa. I was asked if I would like to sit in meditation with the two of them. As Malabika led the meditation, she spoke of passion and how important it is in finding your purpose. I am grateful for each moment of my life, and I live it passionately. Dear ones, you encounter many experiences during the course of your lifetime. Some of these have deep meaning, while others don't seem to resonate. We encourage you to look at everything that comes your way as opportunities. When a thought crosses your mind as you are interacting with someone, it's more important to check to see what your gut is telling you rather than focusing on that thought. You create with your thoughts, and you can overthink a situation, whereas your heart and your gut will only lead you with love. If your head is telling you to beware, that you cannot trust someone, that you may get hurt in a relationship, or whatever the situation is, then we encourage you to take a pause and check in with your heart. Getting in touch with your heart will help you to determine a course of action, as you will either feel passionate about the decision or not. We would say to you that there are no mistakes, only a lack of clarity in making decisions. You can build this mental muscle by being mindful of your decision-making process. Do not skip this important step, dear ones. Dear angels, today I promise to always be led by my heart and check in regularly on the level of passion regarding my path. I really loved talking to them last night, and that one sentence, we would say to you that there are no mistakes, only a lacking clarity in making decisions. I think we should all have that written somewhere where we see it at all times, because so many times we regret things that we've done, and we think, oh, that was bad, or what was I thinking? That was stupid. We've really put ourselves down a lot because we think we failed, that we didn't do it right, that we made a mistake about something. But the angels really teach us to love ourselves, to be gentle with ourselves, and that, no, there's no mistakes. Everything happens for a reason. Everything has a purpose to it. So if we're beating ourselves up, we're not in our heart, we're in our head. And there's an exercise that I do. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it next week or if it'll be later on. There's an exercise that I do with beating ourselves up or being on our side. And there's a big difference. We can be on our side and not start calling ourselves names and thinking that we're terrible because we did something, quote, wrong. So it's a matter of perspective, isn't it? Being able to look at everything with the eyes of love. Look at everything like God would look at it. Okay, so you just didn't have all the information you needed when you made that decision. Or, you were distracted or whatever. But cut yourself some slack. And that's really what the angels are saying. Don't be so hard on yourself that you're making yourself miserable. Good morning, Julie Kiss. Thank you for being here. All right, let's see what Kuan Yin has to say about all of that. And that one, okay. Kuan Yin says, dream your dreams. Trust that the desires in your heart are placed there lovingly by the universe. You are meant to dream of what you dream. She was listening again, talking about passion and what our dreams are, and they wouldn't be in our wheelhouse if there wasn't a purpose for them. We wouldn't even have the thought. So many times there's things that I want to do just because I want to do it. And I don't check in with spirit and say, should I do that? Or is that what you want me to do? Sometimes I just go, go, go. And then I have to stop and realize, oh, I did that, didn't I? I didn't check in with my higher self. I didn't check in with the angels. And they're standing there with that look on their face like, yep, there she goes again. And sometimes they even have their wings over their eyes so they don't have to watch the consequences when I go off on a tangent. So Deirdre says, great validation. Cryon says we're coming out of the eons old darkness. It just doesn't look that way right now. The light has won. Yeah. Thank you, Deirdre. Absolutely. Stay in the light. Stay looking at the positive things that are happening and stop dwelling on everything that's going wrong. That's what the world would have us look at. That's what those with an agenda of the darkness would have us look at. What's going wrong right now? Who's doing what to who? It's like a big soap opera. We don't have to watch that soap opera. We can stay in our own high vibration and just bring everything in so beautifully that life is a joy. And like I said, I love my life. I live my life with passion. And everything that, well, not everything, because there are some times, as you all really know, just recently there was a fire I walked across, but there are moments where we're going to forget that all we have to do is go back to the heart, and we can have tools to help us do that. But I do every day get up and say thank you for another day, because I love this thing called life. I love being alive. I love living. And I love the people that make it enjoyable. And Sally says we can feel passion for something far long before its actual arrival into our physical plane. That's a manifestation technique. Yeah, we have to feel it to really see it. And what is it that Dr. Wayne Dyer would say? You will see it when you believe it. I love that. You will see it when you believe it. And it's so true. When we hold it in our heart, we coddle it like a baby, and we welcome it into our lives, even though our physical eyes have not laid eyes on it yet. It happens. That's the manifestation technique. Neville Goddard introduced that to us, to see it, feel it, know it, smell it before it's even happened, and give gratitude before it happens. It's a big, big process to calling into you what you want. Oh my God. Sally, you almost made me spit my coffee. My angels come with helmets, not halos. Oh, mine come with something to cover their eyes with, because they know that this girl, she sometimes is uncontrollable. Auntie Jean says, when we miss the target shooting arrows, we just pick them up and try again. When we miss the mark in life, we should do the same thing. What do we call failure? We call it learning. There is no such thing as failure. There's just opportunities to learn. You are so right, Auntie Jean. It's all perspective. It's how we're going to look at it. When something happens and it didn't go our way, okay, we need to just let that roll off of us, right? Just let it roll, let it flow. And yeah, some of it may be kind of hard to accept, that we didn't get what we wanted or we didn't get our way. And I always like to say, how long are you going to hold on to that? How long are you going to hold on to that suffering? How long are you going to hold on to the anger and the sadness? It really is up to you. If you choose that, yep, I'm going to keep carry that sack of burden every step of my way and feel the heaviness of it. Or you can say, yeah, it happened, didn't it? Sometimes I do that. I say, yeah, that really happened. And then I'll laugh and I'll go forward. And it reminds me, and I know I've mentioned this probably many times now, y'all are tired of hearing it, but it reminds me of the story of the two monks, that one of them carried the lady across the water because she was afraid, and the other monk just ranted and railed at her, at the monk, because he was carrying that woman and touching her, and he had set her down on the other side of the water, but the other monk still kept on him. Why did you do that? You shouldn't have done that. You know not to do that. And finally he'd had enough, and he looked at him and he said, I set her down miles ago. You're still carrying her. So it really is up to us to let things go or to hold on and let them disturb us, because that's the only person that really gets upset and pays the consequences when we're holding anger or we're holding sadness or regret or non-forgiveness. It's us that's being hurt. That other person's like, what? Not even realizing that sometimes we were upset. So, yeah, it's sloughing things off our back. That's the key to joy in this lifetime, is not letting it soak into our skin and weigh us down. Kathy says, Sally, I agree with that. I have a passion which involves helping others, but I know it isn't quite time yet. Divine timing. Annie says, last night Stacy Small-Lord was in my dream. She was driving the car, and all of a sudden we were seeing amethyst crystals. I believe it was a narrow mountain road. Oh my goodness, and look at that. You called her in here, Annie. You brought her into the cuppa this morning. And Sally says, I've learned to carry my own fire extinguisher. Absolutely. We are our own rescue. I didn't make that line up, but I love that line. We are our own superhero. We can't wait for somebody else to put the fire out. Carry your own fire extinguisher or your bucket of water or whatever you need. And that's why it's important to learn the tools, you guys. Learn what's in your arsenal and bring it out. Sometimes you have to bring out the big guns because it's a big challenge. It's a big fire you're going through. So, yeah, lots of nuggets there this morning from the angels and from all of you. Thank you. And Stacy says, Annie, I feel like I'm driving on a narrow road all on the side of a mountain some days. I'm glad you were there with me. You know, I love that, because sometimes it's not a dream. Sometimes we're astral traveling and we actually do go places. I've done that before, and people started bringing my attention to it long before I knew I was doing it. I didn't remember, but somebody else remembered that I was there and that we carried on a conversation and we did things together. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I was in my bed asleep. And they're like, well, you might have been in your bed asleep, but your spirit came here to see me. And it is a real thing. We astral travel. And some people, like me, we just do it spontaneously without being guided out of the body to do it. And I used to do some guided experiences of taking people into a deep enough trance that they could just let their body sit there while they went off and traveled and did whatever they wanted to do in their spirit being. I loved that. I haven't done that in years, the leading part. I'd still astral travel a lot of places. Suzanne says, my angels come with a lot of patience, decades of patience. Yeah, they're very, very patient, and they want the best for us. Auntie Jean says, Sally, I'm going to get helmets for my angels. They really need them. Thanks for the idea. Jean, I think you need the fire extinguisher also. I think that's important for you to have out there in the desert. And Sally, it will come. Kathy, my angels can be seen with their heads in their hands and a nice alcoholic beverage in the other. I don't think my angels drink. I don't think they would want to miss out on the things that I do. It's too entertaining for them. I keep them laughing, and that's why they make me laugh. It's like payback. You know, when I channel the angels in, they make me laugh all the time. And I just thought about that. It must be because I give them such entertainment and make them laugh, and they're like, yeah, we're going to get her. And they do. They make me laugh so much. Christina, good morning. It's your Saturday to work, so getting ready to greet it with joy. Oh, Christina, it was so good to see you yesterday. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And good morning to you, and I hope you have a beautiful, amazing day. And Deirdre, your angels are hilarious too. I'm telling you guys, they love to laugh. They really do, and they love to make us laugh. It brings them joy when we're laughing, because they've told me that our laughter sounds like joy. That if you could describe joy to somebody, it's this human laugh that's just pure, just coming from releasing any other thoughts other than being wrapped up in that laughter. And that's what joy is, and that's how they recognize it in us. And he says, Stacy, I heard we were took to the realm for healing from trauma. How awesome is that? Wow. Sally, we've been in boot camp learning how to maneuver through this for some time now. Time to open our badass toolboxes. There's no time like the present. I tell you, I emptied my toolbox the other day. I used everything I had. I really did. That experience, it could have been really bad. I could have gone into a deep, dark place. But I had a whole arsenal. I had all of the tools. I knew how to use them. And it was like, nope, not going to take me down. And I stayed in a good space. There was only one moment where I really got frustrated. But yeah, I used it all. Stacy, have a great day. I'm going to experience my first Native American baby blessing for my cousin's wife. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. That's going to be beautiful, Stacy. Thank you for sharing that. And I hope you have an amazing day there. And Sally says, I do too, though humor is how I'm traveling these days. It's the best way to travel. Don't leave home without your sense of humor. Okay, what else we got? Yes, Stacy, please take pictures of that. I know sometimes, though, you're not allowed. When I went to Sundance up in South Dakota, we couldn't take pictures of anything, and I wanted to so bad. Y'all don't even know how hard it was for me not to take pictures. And there was only, I think there were 3 pictures I was able to take, and we weren't on the actual place where we're holding Sundance. We'd gone off somewhere, and I was able to take pictures of one of the girls that was going to dance as she was in her garb and with all of her beauty, and she wanted a picture to commemorate it, so I did that for her. And Stacy says, Kathy, I hit send before I finished that sentence. We're making a crown from flowers and a yarn thing and celebrating our line of mothers that came before us. Oh, that is so awesome. Yeah. You know, the Native Americans, when they do ceremony, they don't use anything artificial. Everything is from the earth. And that's what we did at Sundance. We gathered sage, and that's what the dancers wore as a topping on their head, as a crown, and on their wrists, on their ankles. It was just so beautiful to experience that. And Tony says it is sacred. Yeah, That's why there's usually no picture taking, no disturbance of any kind. They just want everybody focused on what's going on. Michelle, my belle. Good morning, Michelle Landers. I'm super, super duper excited because Michelle and I will be together in a few hours at 1:30 Eastern Time today. We are going to gather, and Michelle and I are going to lead a vision board. That's the AAA vision board. Accept, align, allow. And we have a beautiful, beautiful participation this year. A lot of you are going to be there, and I'm so happy about that. I can't wait to just sit with you and discuss and cut cords and all the things that's going to take place in that class. Okay, so Sally says, just thinking that you, Teri, got to experience Alba's first powwow with her, a new memory. Yeah, that was an amazing day. I just get so caught up in the dancing and the drumming. I love the drumming. And they're probably going to have some drumming at the ceremony you're going to, Stacy. Kathy says, yesterday at work, I was definitely tested right to the very end, but I did my best to stay cool and focused. I nearly lost it a couple of times, but I practiced the pause. Congratulations and a gold star for you, Kathy. I tell you, that pause has helped me so much because it just gives that moment that you're not knee-jerk reacting. You're stopping yourself and you're saying, what am I thinking? What's really going on here? You know, the Course in Miracles tells us, I am not upset for the reason I think I am. So when we get upset, if we hit the pause button and we ask that question, what am I thinking? Wait. Then it gives us a moment to say, hey, what's really going on? I think I'm upset because this person didn't do something I thought they should do. Expectation. Where does an expectation come from? It comes from up here. I've done it this way. I think you should do it this way. So it's a learning process, you guys. The main thing is to be gentle with ourselves as we go through these experiences and stop doing the what if, and going into the future and projecting that something's going to fail, something's not going to go right the way we think it's right. So when we stop and we say, okay, hang on, let me step back a moment. Let me become the observer. And then we can see it more clearly. And what was that line again? I gotta read it again. I have to put this in a meme because it was so good. We would say to you that there are no mistakes, only a lack of clarity in making decisions. I just love this line. And when I heard that so clearly, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, that is such a profound teaching because we beat ourselves up all the time. And we actually say, I failed, or I made a mistake, or I didn't do it right. If only we could throw that out of the dictionary. Nothing is right or wrong, it just is. And go to that neutral place where we're not caught up in the emotions of failing or winning. It just is. And good morning, Catherine Kovacs. Kathy says, I really would love to witness Native American celebrations. You will, Kathy. I know you will. If you can Google powwows because they tell you where they're doing them all across the country. And maybe there's one close to you, or, I'm thinking when you go into North Carolina, there's a lot of them there. Maybe, okay, inspired thought here, bell just went off. We're doing a retreat somewhere this year. I don't have the logistics yet, but maybe we'll do it to coordinate it with a powwow. and we can experience that together. Wouldn't that be cool? So make a note of that, Teri, somewhere. I haven't even had time to really look at that retreat and what that's going to look like, but that would be awesome. And Kathy says, that is exactly it, Teri. I guess I expect too much of others. We all do, Kathy. We all have this little agenda running around inside of us that, oh, you should do it like this. You should do it like I did it. I did it this way, and so I expect you to do it this way too. It's unconscious, and we don't intentionally set out to put that much stress on ourselves or others. It just happens. Sally says, I autocorrect. Not sure what you're meaning there. Something 50 years living in that what-if frame of mind. Horrible place to be. I placed my own handcuffs on living like that. We put ourselves in our own prison, and we have the key. We just don't realize it. That key is hanging right there by the door, and we don't use it because we just keep doing the same things, expecting different results. The definition of insanity. And he says, I have been to a powwow and a Native American wedding also. That's beautiful. And look at you. You had that dream about Stacy, and now you know what's happening. There's no coincidences, you guys. There's no accidents. Everything is divinely led, divinely planned, and it happens in divine time. Deirdre says, yeah, sometimes it takes a minute for us humans. Yep, that's the beauty of the pause. Just stop that roller coaster of thoughts for just a moment and look at what's really going on. Doesn't that sound fantastic, Kathy? I think I have to make a note of that so we can look at doing something, either a powwow or some kind of celebration. Okay, well, I talked so much this morning that we didn't get to any tiny book messages, but that's okay. We're going to go into our prayers. And we had some new people that came in yesterday. I haven't seen them this morning. I was hoping they'd be back, but I think they will. I think they'll come back. They had asked for prayer. It was Kate, Karen, and Sandra that were here with us yesterday. I just lost my light. I don't know. I moved a cord, and the light went out. I think I need a new ring light. I think that's what it's telling me. I need to be replaced. So put that on my shopping list, a new ring light for Teri. Kathy says, we had a long time of working short-staffed and I got used to multitasking. Now I guess I expect the other person to step it up, and when they don't, I get my panties in a twist. Expectations. Always look. Kathy, I said that saying earlier, but it's something that I really live by. I am not upset for the reason I think I am. And go into your heart and just ask what's really going on. And you'll see that most of the time it's not that person making you upset. It's not a situation. It's something that's still lingering inside that hasn't been cleared yet. That's usually what's going on. Thank you, Deirdre, for our prayers for all humans, for Gaia and all who walk on her back, for world peace, attention to human trafficking, and support for parents of addicted children through grace. We had a board meeting last night for angel speakers, and oh my goodness, you guys, I have a whole written page of notes from that board meeting about human trafficking education and this project and how we can really make it soar. I'm telling you, this is going to be so amazing. There were great ideas that came out, absolutely fantastic ideas of getting this moving. And I knew it was going to take off the first of the year, but I didn't know how soon. But this board meeting really brought it to light that these are the things we can do, because I had been looking at limitations to it. I'd been looking at getting permission, which we do have to do to put up any information. I've been looking at limitations of money. Are we going to have enough to even get started to print materials and for Teri to keep traveling, to travel around the country and do this. So it was an amazing time together, and yeah, there were great ideas that we were going to put into practice. Let's see if we have any other prayer requests. Sally, prayers for those who are cold, hungry, or lost, for those who feel unloved or forgotten. Yeah, thank you, Sally. Those who are alone. I also want to offer a prayer for the animals who are outside in some of this weather that is really, really bad right now with the low temperatures. Our sweetheart lady, Marietta, is now back at Heart Harbor. Such an amazing adventure. We're so grateful for this adventure of a lifetime. Marietta, did you cry when you came into that harbor? I think I would have, after being gone as long as you've been away, and to arrive back home. That had to be a tender moment, especially knowing that good girl Pearl wasn't there. But she is there. She'll always be there at Heart Harbor in spirit. So I'm so happy that you're back home. I'm happy that you were safe this whole time that you've been away. I'm happy that Sweet Dreams lived up to her name and gave you that adventure of a lifetime out on the water. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this with us. Can't wait to see you. Oh, thank you, Kathy. And Julie, prayers for all in need. And yes, okay, so let's go into our hearts. I have loved this time together today. Sally, also keeping Brandy Chari in our prayers. She had to euthanize her fur baby earlier than expected. And she was with us, I think it was yesterday that Brandy was here, either yesterday or the day before. So yeah, we're keeping her held high. Okay, take a breath in. And let's settle the energy, bringing it into your heart center. Just take a moment to visualize your heart center, not your physical heart. That's an organ that our body has to have to live and be on this planet, but our beautiful heart center, right in the middle of our chest. Visualize yours. What does your heart center look like? Is it open and spacious? Is there a lot of light in there? Look at it. See it. And see if there is any door that's closed in those rooms. See if there's any dust on the floor from where you have left remnants behind of things that you thought that you had forgiven, you thought you'd gotten rid of, but you left that little sprinkling of dust behind. And those are the things that create havoc when we go through another experience that's similar to what we've been through in the past. So just breathe. Love on yourself. Take a vacuum and vacuum up all those dust particles. Make your heart a clear vessel. Give yourself a hug after you do that. After you clean house, sit down and just give yourself a hug and say thank you. Thank you for cleaning house. Thank you for taking pride in who you are. For not leaving anything undone or unsaid or unforgiven. You know, forgiveness is not about the other person or even the situation. Forgiveness is to help you be the very best you can be. to lift up your energy, to be fresh and new, and letting things slough off your back. When you think that you've gotten it all, lift up the rug, because sometimes there's things that we hide away, even from ourselves. We just stick them up under a rug because we don't want to deal with them. We don't want to do the inner work. So when you've looked at it all, you've cleared it all out, then smile. Put a smile on your face. Be proud that you took a moment to really do that self-reflection, to search inside. And now, let's lift up the prayers. Now with a clean heart, with nothing holding us back. Just think of all of those who are in need, all of those who have asked for prayers for themselves and for others. And let's bring them all forward to the Creator, asking them all to be seen and heard and acknowledged. None is more important than another. We are all equal. All of our prayers are presented together. And we ask that the Creator see, acknowledge, and answer these prayers for the best and highest good of all. So now with that beautiful, clear space in your heart, let's pour some love into it. Let's pour love into each and every one that's here, those who aren't here that sometimes are, and to every being on the planet we say thank you, I love you. But we especially lift up our family and say those words. Oh, thank you. Thank you for your words. Thank you, Kathy. And Scooby hears Dingo barking. I think it was more than just Dingo. I think the three of them were upset because somebody walked out the door. How dare you do that? But yeah, I think they've settled down a little bit. There's some in and out happening, but it's all good. And so here's what we say to each other. Thank you, I love you. And really say it today from a clean heart, beautiful spirit that just wants to love and receive love back. And that's what we do here at Cuppa. That's what makes us so special. Suzanne, you'll be getting Sound's ashes back next week. I'll be planting a weeping willow tree in the spring over his ashes. That is so beautiful, Suzanne. Thank you. Yeah, when I lost my last two fur babies that left me were Taz and Gizmo, and I put their ashes together and I put them in this beautiful park where I knew things were growing, plants were growing, and they would have that forever home there with their ashes and always be feeling the love that I had for them and others had for them while they were here on Mother Earth. It's a beautiful way to honor them, Suzanne. All right, so Sally let us off, and let me get Leo cranked up so that we can get out of here. And we'll be seeing our Leo tomorrow. I'm so excited. He's going to help me with the expo. Oh, yes. The expo is tomorrow. So that means I will not be doing the afternoon cuppa tomorrow, you guys. If there's somebody that wants to step in and do the cuppa, I will gladly give you the info. Auntie Jean Loriot. It's in the afternoon, so it's not early morning for you. But I'm going to be at a trade show, a holistic trade show here in town, and representing angel speakers. I'll have some of the books there, and I will be bringing messages for animals while I'm there, and letting their humans know how they're doing, and checking in with their angel guidance and all that good stuff. I'm so excited. Joanne's going with me, Leo's going, and I think Mary's going to be there, a couple of other people. It's going to be an awesome day. All right, so Leo, sing to us, please. Thank you, I love you. Come on, come on.
It's a beautiful day. If you wake up this morning, might as well be part of it. Peace for peace, so I'm for harmony. Do you need mama? Be on the lead, wherever we may be. Create a
We love you, Deirdre. I hope you're getting some relief for your eye. Eugene, good morning. Brookie, look at you two coming in here together. Brookie, Dylan, Max, we love you. I'll see you later.
Morning Cuppa full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa full of joy with all the bees in the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
Oh, thank you, Christina. I hope you have a great day at work. And Michelle, I'll be seeing you later. This is fun to look forward to something, right? This vision board workshop.
Cuppa full of joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top here. The coffee's always hot and the truth is always yours. The sun is calling out to play us put on a show. Today's a new day, we all part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team. And you can slide the dust, there is always space in the pot. Full of love, take a spot to get the day started. Morning Cuppa full of joy every day. Just start the day on the high vibe.
Jean,
Morning Cuppa full of joy.
your adoring peas would like for you to do Cuppa tomorrow. That's a lot of pressure to put on her. But Jean, if you feel it, if you're feeling it, then let me know. Catherine, will there be a replay of what, honey? Christina. Yes, stay inside and be warm. Use somebody else's heat, right? Oh, for the vision board, no, it's not live streamed. It's not going to be for anybody other than those who have signed up. Peace in the pod. Morning Cuppa full of joy. That's what we just did. We filled our cups full of joy. Oh, Deirdre's on it. You're always ready for that Leo at the end, aren't you? When it leaves us really uplifted at the end of the song. And we all say, woo! Thank you. Thank you, Leo. Thank you, everybody, for being here this morning. What an amazing, beautiful time together today. Josie! Oh, thank you for popping in. Your puppy scared herself. Oh, no. Well, I hope little Ricky is okay. And I'm sure Ricky is guiding her, so she will be okay. I got coffee burps. All right, you guys. I'll be here at 1 o'clock. For the 10 million for world peace meditation. And then tonight, we chant every night. Come join us. We have a good time together at chanting. We always laugh. There's always something to laugh about. So we'd love to have you there for that. Stay in your hearts. Stay blessed. And be kind. Namaste, y'all. See you later.